Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Radha Govind Ji Radha Govind Ji Shri Radha, Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Ji Radha, Jai Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Shri Radha, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. We'll start our today's class with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Shilaenguman Swamin Iti Namine Prabhupada Priyadasaya Jagannath Yatrananda Murthy जगन्नाथ यातनंद मूर्ते भक्त सुखाय कृष्ण कीर्तनो नरसिंह रक्षिताय नमः नमो विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते शिलाय भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी चारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Welcome everyone. Today we will have our discussion on 4 regulative principles. शायद आज जो अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है उसमें जो फर्स्ट लाइन है सिर्फ वो ही आज का टॉपिक दिखाया है, लेकिन मैंने उसमें 2 वर्ड और जोड़े हैं. ऑफ फ्रीडम. फ्रीडम किस चीज से फ्रीडम, आज की क्लास में यही देखेंगे कि हमको किस चीज की फ्रीडम चाहिए. ओके, सो we'll start with Bhagavatam shloka of 5th canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 4. Nunam pramata kurute vikrama yada indriya pritya apranoti nasadu mane yata atmanoyam asana piklesha asadeha. So, will someone wants to read the translation? Anyone? Krishna, someone wants to read the translation? Okay, I will go ahead with this. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activities. He does not know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his miseries. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material body one after another. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Begging, borrowing, and stealing to live for sense gratification is condemned in this verse because such consciousness leads one to dark, hellish condition. The 4 sinful activities are illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. These are the means by which one gets another material body. This is full of miseries. In the Vedas, it is said, Asangyo ha ayam purusha. The living entity is not really connected with this material world, but due to his tendency to enjoy the material senses, he is put into material condition. One should perfect his life by associating with devotees. He should not become further implicated in the material body. So, we will recite 3 Bhagavatam shlokas today related to the regulative principles. In this shloka, it is saying that a person who is engaged in sense gratification is being already fallen down on this earth. हम इसमें लास्ट लाइन में ये कलेश द वर्ड उसका हम लोग ना देखेंगे. कलेश मीन्स मिजरीज और द का मीन्स टू गिव. द moment we get this material body, it is given to us to give all sort of miseries. संस्कृत में बहुत सारे ऐसे वर्ड्स हैं जिसमें जो है ग्रेविटी ऑफ सिचुएशन को एक सिंगल वर्ड से बताया हुआ है। तो इसमें कलेशदा जो हमारा पूरा ये वर्स है, इसका पूरा निचोड़ इस वर्ड में है कलेशदा। और कलेशदा का मतलब द द बॉडी विच इज गिविंग मिजरीज टू अस। इसी तरीके से हम लोग कुछ और वर्सेस में भागवतम में और भी है ना ऐसे संस्कृत के वर्ड्स यूज किए हुए हैं, जैसे पद्म प। पद्म मतलब फूड, फीड्स, एंड प मीन्स ड्रिंकिंग। सो ऐसी चीज जो अपने फीड से कुछ पीती है। तो यहाँ पे जो वृक्ष है, पेड़ है, उसको जो है पद्म प करके स्कैंटो 7 में आना बताया हुआ है एक ट्री के लिए, कि जो अपने फीड से मीन्स अपनी रूट से पानी पीता है। उसी तरीके से यहाँ पे जिस तरीके से कलेश दा बताया है कि ये जो बॉडी है, इट इज गिवन टू अस टू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ मिजरीज। उसी तरीके से 7th कैंटो में एक और वर्ड यूज हुआ है अर्थ द, विच मीन्स अर्थ मतलब वैल्यू, विच समथिंग विच इज गिविंग वैल्यू। तो उसमें 7th कैंटो में अर्थ द करके हमारी बॉडी को बताया है कि यही बॉडी जिससे हमको कलेश मिल रहा है, इसी से हम वैल्यू भी गेन कर सकते हैं। और ये जो वर्स है, दिस वर्स वाज टेकन फ्रॉम द टीचिंग्स ऑफ ऋषभदेव, which he is giving to his sons to get the perfection of life. Now, why these verses are coming? Because at the time of kingdom of Parikshit Maharaj, he saw a dark personality who is teasing and trying to kill a bull, right? यहाँ पे जो bull था, we'll go to next slide, then we'll see what is that bull. So that bull was the dharma, and the dark personality was the Kali. Okay, so when Dwapar Yuga was ending and it was the starting of Kali Yuga, that time Kali Yuga enters the kingdom of Parikshit Maharaj, and he tries to harm or kill the dharma. Okay, सो हम दूसरा वर्ष भी यहाँ पे देखेंगे श्रीमद् भागवतम का कैंटो 1 चैप्टर 17 का 24th वर्ष है। इन दैट तपम शोचम दया सत्यमिति पादा कृते कृता अधर्मांशस्तत्रो भग्ना सम्य संगा मदेस्तवा। इसमें यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं कि in the age of Kali, means in the age of Satya Yug, the truthfulness, your 4 legs, यहाँ पे बात हो रही है the bull and a cow। यहाँ पे एक bull and one cow is talking to each other. The cow represents the earth and the bull represents the dharma. There that bull is saying that in this age of Satya Yuga, your 4 legs were established by the 4 principles of austerity, cleanliness, merciness, and truthfulness. But it appears that 3 of your legs are broken due to rampant irreligion in the form of pride, lust for women, and intoxication. यहाँ पे लास्ट लाइन में सम्या का मतलब प्राइड, संग मीन्स लस्ट फॉर वुमन और illicit want of association of illicit association with the woman, and mades means intoxication, to have a desire of for intoxication. यहाँ पे जो है प्रभुपाद जी ने अपने पर्पट में बताया है कि how at the time of starting of Kali Yuga, how the dharma was started to diminishing, and how the Kali Yuga is having its ill effect on the dharma. Here in this purport, it is saying that the, the dharma was falling prey to the delusion attraction of Maya. Okay, when when the uh, when these four principles were diminishing, a living entity was falling prey to the attraction of Maya. Okay, और यहाँ पे purport में मैंने highlight भी किया है, such the person who is following all these four principles, Prabhupada is saying that such a strong man of character were competent enough to get away from the clutches of Maya. And who is that? Who is that person who can get away from the clutches of Maya? The person who is following all these four principles. And the violation of all of these principles are the root cause of irreligiosity. Okay. तो यहाँ पे when Kali Yuga was started his effect on the principles of dharma, that time, and that time when Parikshit Maharaj saw that some dark personality, the Kali, was affecting or trying to kill the bull, which signifying the dharma. That time, Parikshit Maharaj went there and warned him to stop doing this and stop uh, stop doing this and get away from there. That time, the Kali Yuga, because he knows the valor of Parikshit Maharaj and how righteous and religious man he is. So he got afraid of his power and he surrenders to him. That time, Parikshit Maharaj told him, "Why you are? Who are you, and who allowed you to come into my kingdom and affecting the dharma?" That time, the Kali Yuga surrenders to him and say that I'm a Kali, and as Dwapar is ending, so it is my nature to diminish the law of dharmas and establish adharma. That time, Parikshit Maharaj told him that it is not allowed in my kingdom. You can go beyond the boundaries of my kingdom. So Kali Yuga told him that I cannot move out of this world because this is my time, and wherever till the end of this world, it is your kingdom. So, and I am surrendered to you. So you have to give me some place, some resting place, because now I am surrendered to you. It is the same kind of incident uh, when Vibhishan came to Lord Rama, and all the monkey soldiers, including the generals, told Lord Rama that they cannot trust anybody from the other side. With what intention he came to our side? So Lord Rama told him, if one surrendered to me, it doesn't bother me whether he come with what intention. So he accepted Vibhishana because he surrendered to him. The same way here, as in Raj Rishi, the Parikshit Maharaj was a Raj Rishi, and if someone comes to such a religious and a personality, religious king, so it is the duty of that king to give him place, give him rest under his kingdom or under his shadow. So Parikshit Maharaj told him, okay, if you have surrendered to me, then I will give you a chance to rest in few places. So in next verse, we will see what places Parikshit Maharaj told him. Someone wants to read this verse? Hare Krishna. Okay, I request to all the devotees to remain interactive, because this today's topic is a topic which we should implement in our daily in our life, so that we can get away from this the cycle of birth and death, and lead our life in a true manner as per the shastras. So I will read this verse again for you. अभ्यर्थातितः सादा तस्मै शन्तनानि कले ददौ द्यूतं पानं स्त्रिया सुना यत्र धर्माश्चतुर्विधा. So here, as Sutta Goswami is saying that Maharaj Parikshit Das, being petitioned by the personality of Kali, gave him permission to reside. Now here it is telling where Parikshit Maharaj allowed 4 places for to the Kali where he can reside in his kingdom. These places are gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. The places where all these 4 activities are going on, those places was given by Parikshit Maharaj to the Kali. So Kali told him that, okay, you have given these 4 places to me, but I can't find these places in your kingdom, because whatever you told, the 4 activities you told to me has not been happening in your kingdom. So I cannot find a place where these 4 activities are going on. So you have to give the another place to me. So anybody can tell which other place apart from these 4 have been given by Parikshit Maharaj? Yes, Arjun.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, my name is Sheetal. It is my son's ID. It's
Okay.
gold, if I'm not wrong. Gold.
Gold, right. Gold means earlier the gold signifies the money, right? So Parikshit Maharaj told him that, okay, then if you can't find these 4 places, you can reside where in the gold, which signifies the money. Okay, so Kali was settled there in the gold, and uh, from there the further life of Parikshit Maharaj have also been decided, because when Kali entered into the gold, and the helmet which Parikshit Maharaj wore that time is of gold, and because of the effect of Kali, his he bound his intelligence, and Parikshit Maharaj went to the sages ashram, and where the incident happened, and he got cursed by the sage. But we will not discuss that. We'll have some small story of a Brahmana which describes these 4 places where a Brahmana get how a Brahmana get ruined. Okay, one Brahmana, he is very renowned and very pure devotee of Lord. Once have some kind of financial crunches. That time he decided to go to his king's palace, where he can get some sort of help by the king. So when he went to the gates of his palace, he saw he asked the soldiers to get into there to meet the king. So soldiers told him that for this you have to pass through any of these 4 gates and fulfill the conditions written over there. So when he stood up to the gate, he saw that on the first gate it is showing that he needs to drink some liquor, then only he will be allowed. So Brahmana thought that it is not possible for him to fulfill this condition, and he moved to the next gate. The next gate, he saw the condition of eating meat. There there again he got hesitated, and he saw that he cannot fulfill even this condition, and he moved to the third gate. The third gate, he encountered with a prostitute, which told him to get to associate with her. So Brahmana thought that even this condition he cannot fulfill. So he go ahead with to the last gate, which is having a condition of drink having some gambling. He needs to play some game where he could gamble something. So Brahmana thought that, uh, defying all the three conditions, this is a very mean one, and this is not that's an satire, so he can fulfill this condition. So he got engaged with the gambling, and fortunately for the Brahmana, but unfortunately for his fate, he won a lot of money there. After winning that much of money, he thought that now, before even meeting king, I already got so much of money, so let have some let enjoy some of this money by going to other gates. So one by one he uh, went to other gates, and got engaged in other uh, prohibited activities of drinking liquor and eating meat, and having an association with the prostitute. Once he followed all the four conditions, he thought that now the soldiers will allow him to get into the palace. But when went there and asked the soldiers to give him permission to meet the king, by let him enter into the palace, the soldiers told him that this is this was uh, this was the condition, that you it was just to defy you, that you have to follow any of these conditions to get into the palace, but you got succumbed to the irreligious activity, and our king cannot uh, meet a person who got into any of such activity. It is just to trick you. So uh, Brahmana was beaten up by the soldiers, and they throw him out of the palace. The same is the condition with us also. If we get involved in any of these four irreligious activities, then we cannot get ourselves pure, and without having a purity, we cannot advance into the Krishna consciousness. The same is with us also. So here, as the fifth place which was given by Parikshit Maharaj to the Kali was money. So here, in money also, the in money also the Kali is residing, but that money, if it is not used in a proper way or in a religious reason, then only it is having an effect of Kali. Otherwise, if we use that money in a proper way, in donating to the temples, in the service of the Vaishnavas or sannyasis, having good pious activities, then it do not have effect on the money which we have. But on the other side, if we start hoarding these money or accumulating excess money than our needs, then also it will start affecting, it is showing effect on that money, and we will lose the righteous use of that money, because it creates the feeling of greediness and lust into us if we have money more than what we require. So we saw that if any of these or all these four principles have been broken, then we will fall down. And if we follow these four principles and remain intact by following these four righteous principles, then we will definitely advance into Krishna consciousness and got purity, and also got the solution of our four permanent problems, that is Janma, Mrityu, Jarar or Vyadhi. Means birth, old age, disease and death. These days the current education system is telling about everything related to material advancement, but that is not telling anything related to spiritual advancement. That is the reason a lot of irreligious activities or breaching of these principles are happening right from the very early age of students. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna told uh, Arjuna to follow the religion, to follow his dharma intactly, and being an Arya. And a person who is called Arya is a person who is having highest, who is following the highest principles of dharma. That includes treating all the women's, all the girls other than his wife as mother, all other living entities as the children of God, and do not encroach or loot the property or money of other people, and ally himself to the Vedic lessons. These are the four principles which a person being called as an Arya has to follow. Now we will have this chart where we have a small puzzle. Anyone can help me to get what is the what is satyam or truthfulness, what is the condition which is breaching this principle? Anyone can try, wants to try?
So just gambling, bro. Hare Krishna, bro. I
Hare
think that
Krishna.
gambling is breaching the satyam. Like, because
Very
when
good.
we gamble, we tend to speak untruth. Like, we tend to lie more.
Yes, you are right, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anyone for tapa, austerity?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
It
Krishna.
is, I think it's intoxication.
Okay, good. Shaucham, cleanliness.
Illicit sex, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. And last, Daya, mercy.
No eating of meat for sure, ex Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhus and Matajis. Now, uh, we will have a very short time with us. So, we'll directly go the effect or repercussions of breaching these principles. These are the these are the conditions which is saying that why we should not have intoxication. It robs our good intelligence. We lose our consciousness. It increases perils. It take one through upward kick and downward depression. Like in early age in India, Marlboro was the first cigarette company came into India at the time of Britishers, which was giving free cigarettes to the citizens in India. So in first or second cigarette, one who is consuming that, he thinks that he is going on high, but after some time he feels depression, and to get again onto the high, he again go and consume further cigarettes. So this is the condition which which hampers our consciousness, and repeating this again and again, ensuring one to become an addict, eventually robbing off all health. So it is affecting our health also. but someone can tell me what are the spiritual consequences of intoxication? Anybody can share what it is having? Uh, it is having ill effect on our spiritual.
And
Uh,
having pride,
sorry.
pride,
Okay. And these are the ill effect on health. Mostly these three reasons are the ill effect on health. But how this going to affect our spiritual growth or spiritual progress?
Prabhuji
Prabhuji, it
will.
makes us stay, sorry,
Yeah.
it makes us stay in ignorance because as it is going to make a slave of to senses. Yeah.
Yes. Very good, Mataji. Thank you so much. So it is affecting our consciousness, right? Our clarity of our consciousness is affected by intoxication. We will not remain steadiness of our mind, and our focus was also get affected by this. So intoxication directly affects our intelligence and mind, and for getting advancement or growth in spiritual progress, we need to control our mind first. So intoxication is directly affecting our mind. So it is really dangerous for our consciousness, right? Why no meat eating? These are the few consequences if someone is enjoying animal flesh. The first is health and economic religious consideration. So it is scientifically proved also that it is directly affecting our health. The people these days are turning to vegetarian, even vegan, but Prabhupada told us to be Krishnatarian. So uh, eating meat or eggs or fish is a very distant thing for us. Prabhupada told us to be vegetarian, but that vegetarian also be the Krishnatarian, because it should be offered to Krishna. The scientific reason is that our body, the human body, is not meant for non eating non-veg, right? Our intestine is so long that it is not meant for digesting the flesh of the animals. Okay. Now we will see uh, other reasons in other religions also. In Quran, it is said that halal and haram are the distinguish the difference of uh, uh, consuming non-veg in their religion. Slaughtering animal is prohibited in Makkah. You become what you eat. Our shastras are telling that you become what you eat. It is directly expressed in our Vedas also. We will have references of that. In Mahabharat 115.47, it is specifically written there: he who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. So it is clearly telling that whatever you eat, you have to take that body, and the pain you you made to that living entity by killing him to enjoy or fulfilling your sense gratification, you have to bear that pain by yourself, right? These are the few references said in Vedas. Now we talk about Quran. It is also said that it is mentioned in Surah Al-Maida that within the limits of Makkah, the most holy places, slaughtering of animals is prohibited. So even in Quran also it is said it is not freely allowed to enjoy uh, this animal flesh, because they have to follow a lot of principles even to have this non-veg. They have to go to a mosque, and there on a particular stone or a throne, they have to kill that animal by cutting a nerve, not directly hitting that hard. And even after that, they have to donate the three-fourth part of that flesh in donation and can only consume one-fourth part. So in Bible also, it is shows that God does not accept even the prayers of a meat eater. If you see the current Bible editions of Bible, a lot of changes have already been done in current versions of Bible. But if you refer to the Hebrew version of Bible, there you can easily see, even in Christianity, this eating flesh or meat eating is prohibited. And even tell again, we will have 2 minutes discussion, then we will end. Why we should not eat non-veg, and even how it is affecting our this consciousness or spiritual growth. Anyone can share? Non-veg consumption, how it affects us? Anyone?
Prabhuji,
It takes away the compassion to other living entities. Prabhuji.
Right. Very
also
good.
Prabhuji, since meat eating isn't tamas, so it will again degrade our consciousness. It will increase the ignorance.
Yes, Prabhu, you are right, Prabhu. That it is this food is considered as in the mode of ignorance or tamas, and it is directly hampering our consciousness because it brings aggression, and as we are eating some other entity, we are losing our compassion and kindness. So it is directly affecting our consciousness. We become unkind to others, and we will not have peace of mind because the feeling at the time of death, what that living entity is caring, that uh, comes into our body also, because we are consuming that body of that animal or entity, right? Now we will further move on. uh, Illicit association or illicit sex with opposite gender. There are some practical or material reasons because of illicit association with opposite gender. It is troubling one's life also because it creates quarrel, feeling of revenge among families where it is not being consented by the families. So it is life threatening, uh, can be a life threatening for the two, maybe the boy or a girl. And further, it it allows a lot of health issues, a lot of disease. More than 25 diseases are being discovered, which is being happened due to illicit association between opposite genders. And further, one loses the invites the complication in life. And further, if we see that what it is affecting in our spiritual consciousness, then it is directly affecting, as we see, cleanliness. Then we lose our concentration, Riti, we lose determination, Neshakti, Shanti, everlasting peace, Vichar Shakti, power of inquiry, Dharna Shakti, power to grasp, Vivek Shakti, discrimination power, and many other similar subtle qualities. These are the effect of illicit association uh, of opposite genders. So it is being prohibited in our Vedas and in our earlier days also, because that time it is girls are being properly taken care. Not only girls, even boys were properly taken care by the parents, by the teachers, uh, where they have been taught that it is prohibited to even to touch body of any other person, including the same gender as well. So it is directly affecting. Here in this picture it is showing that if someone forcibly get into association of uh, trying to get association of opposite gender, he will become a dog or a hog. It is mentioned in many lectures of Prabhupada and also in Shastras. Last, why we should not gamble. It brings untruthfulness, corruption, and quarrel. Untruthfulness, as people are not engaged into the purusharth. They want major gains with limited parishram or action, and there will be unlimited restlessness, anxiety in mind, because gambling, nobody is certain of the results. It is just a chance one takes by investing a very little amount and aspiration of getting a lot out of that. Untrusted character, because nobody knows the fate. Greedy for money. The person who gets involved into gambling, whether it is directly going into casinos, involve himself into some such activities like playing cards, or these days it is very common to play online games, betting on the cricket matches. All these things bring is counted into gambling, and people are so much blowed by this that they even can beg, borrow, steal, and even murder also. They can go to any extent. So gambling is so if I say this looks like a very mild breach or violation of religious principle, but this is the entry gate for other uh, other breaching of other principles also, as we saw in that story also. I just want to share one incident. It happened in Atlantic. Read a news article. uh, everybody have heard in that Las Vegas and in East America there is a city, Atlantic City, right? There a, a number of casinos are there, and this industry is flourishing there. Everybody is engaged in gambling. So I read a news article where even like if we go into a perfume shop and we remain there for 5-10 minutes and comes out of that shop, we feel that we are carrying some perfume on our clothes as well. The same thing is there in these cities. Even people have totally absorbed in in these gambling activities. There is a news article there, in one of the hospital, nurses were betting that which patient will die first. This kind of gravity of the situation was going there. And one incident happened. Just to win that bet, one of the nurses have removed the life support system of a patient, and that patient died just to win that bet with his with her colleague. She removed the life supporting system. So that is the gravity of gambling. It saw that it sees that it is very mild and it does not affect much, but it is the first step where we will start uh, our our journey to ruin other regulative principles also. Now we are in three modes of nature, that is ignorance, passion, and goodness. And by following these or breaching these principles, we remain in the mode of ignorance, where we will get a birth of bird, beast, reptiles, trees. If we remain in mode of passion, we get birth into king, rich man, or in aristocratic family. If we remain in goodness, doing pious activities, we elevate to the stage of demigods or angel. But if we follow all these four principles intactly, then with the purity we will return to the kingdom of Godhead. This is the condition right now. Purushottam Mass is going on, so I hope everybody is reading chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. It is showing that this material world is a reverse replica of spiritual world. So if we follow all these principles, we will definitely attain to the spiritual world. And if we breach any one, even one principle, then we will fall down to this material world again and again. And concluding this session, there is tips for freedom. If we enrich mode of goodness by following match formula, means avoiding meat eating, following austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and recite the holy name, we will definitely get free from this chain of birth and death. Follow four regulative principles of freedom and escape from the slavery. Chant Hare Krishna to transcend the three modes and go back to Godhead. Now the last one, the mantra meditation. Chanting Hare Krishna will definitely eliminate all sinful reactions, counteract our sinful tendencies, uproot our ignorance, and free our soul from the material animalistic urges. By following these four principles, we will definitely get pure, and we will definitely serve our Guru and Parampara to the Lord and to the Nitai Gaur, and with the purity, and get free from this cycle. Become free bird by giving your heart to the God. Thank you so much. I'm so late because we started late. Anybody wants to have any question? We'll have discussion for 2-3 minutes, and then we will hand over to Nandaraj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. It's Yashoda Rani. Nandaraj is driving. Yeah. Okay. So, anyone have any realizations, whatever the Prabhuji has discussed? Actually, it's very important. The four YouTube principles, we take it so lightly, and we just, uh, you know, take a oath in front of Gurudev, and then we basically we are following this four YouTube principle. But Prabhu, with all this your uh, discussions and the thing, the small step towards one wrong thing can reach all the four negative principles. Really, we have to focus on it first, a small step. And we have to come on the platform of mood of goodness first. Then our bhakti will start. Anyone wants to say something? Girdhari Prabhu or anyone else wants to say?
Yes, Mataji. Dhanapranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a very nice class. Sometimes we think these are basics and we can just pass it, but generally people fail in the basics only. So it's very important that our basics are right. I liked the four pillars that you showed, Prabhuji. I like that. because those are also the four regulative principles, four principles that we have to follow. Satyam, Shaucham, and Tapam, and Daya. So, compassion. Out of all these four, all four of them are important because it is the month of Chaurashtakam, Purushottam, and we sing Chaurashtakam in this. And the very first verse tells about Raje Prasiddha Navnita Chauram, Chaura Gananam, Dushud Chauram. Uh, Gopangananam Chadukul Chauram. Chadukul Chauram means he's stealing the butter. He's a butter thief. So now I want to link this both. I want to link this Daya with butter thief in the sense that if we don't have mercy in our heart, we don't show compassion, uh, generally we become very hard-hearted coming in ISKCON. Sometimes, not generally, sometimes we become hard-hearted. And Krishna likes to steal butter. He likes soft-hearted people. He doesn't like hard-hearted people. So one example I'll share of one of I heard in one lecture, pastime of His Holiness Rajanath Maharaj. Rajanath Maharaj we was traveling somewhere and he was being driven. So he stopped at a signal and some beggar came to ask some money. So the driver uh, didn't give anything to the beggar. And Maharaj then asked the driver that, don't you keep some prasad with you? He said, no, Maharaj, I don't have any prasad. Don't you have 1 rupee to give? No, Maharaj, I don't have even a rupee. Wasn't there anything that you could have given? No, Maharaj, there is nothing. So Maharaj said, next time you don't give him anything in such situation, someone comes to ask you, I'll give your clothes. He said that. I'll give your clothes. I'll remove your clothes and give it. So the point Maharaj is trying to make is, each time someone comes for help to you, someone comes asking help to you, and you don't extend your hand, then you are making you are being uh, hard-hearted. You are not showing compassion to that person, and then gradually your heart becomes hard. And and Krishna doesn't Krishna doesn't like hard-hearted people. So that's the point. So Daya is very important. All the four pillars are important. Daya is also because it is the month of Purushottam. I was trying to just relate with the verse we sing. Sure. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something, if not, then we will move to our diary chapter. Anyone wants to read diary chapter? Volunteer for reading diary chapter. We have shared the diary chapter in our group, first group.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can read. Mataji.
Uh, yes, Mataji. Yes, you can start. Um, if you can share the screen, that also would be good.
Mataji, I'm on my phone. That's why it'd be difficult for me to share right now.
So you can read Mataji then.
Okay. Volume 2, Part 2, Chapter 28. Be honest about your level of Krishna consciousness. By Indradyumna Swami. Friday, November 1. First. I received a wonderful reception from devotees at Durban's Radhanath Temple of Understanding. In my arrival address, I said that as traveling sannyasi, I had the opportunity to visit many of the rooms within Srila Prabhupada's house during the year, and that all were doing well. I was referring to the statement by sociologists that Srila Prabhupada had built a house in which the whole world can live. I went on to say that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I was always able to live in a wonderful spiritual environment. In the afternoon, I received the following letter from one of my disciples, a young girl. My dear Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Although my heart is gone by poisonous weed, I'm praying that my devotional creeper can bloom into a fragrant lotus flower. Some thoughts come to me. I'm hankering to know who I am in spiritual sky. I want to know by what name I'm called there. I desire to know how to dress for the pleasure of Krishna. I want to know where I live in the eternal Vrindavan, and I desire to understand my spiritual service to the divine couple. I want to know more about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and their associates. Sometimes I'm anxious to know what pastimes are taking place at Govardhan Hill or Radhakund. I want to know who my spiritual master is in his spiritual form or Siddha Deha. I want to know who Srila Prabhupada is in spiritual world and how he is serving Radha and Krishna and their associates there. I know that my spiritual master is very dear to Srimati Radharani and her loving associates. I'm so anxious to taste a drop of nectar that is flowing in such a pure heart. I'm anxious to taste a drop of Radha Dasi Bhav. Please place me in situation conducive for such attainment. I surrender at your lotus feet, my beloved Gurudev, your servant. The following is my reply. My dear disciple, please accept my blessings and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for your letter. I appreciate your desire to advance in devotional service, but you should know that Krishna consciousness is a gradual development from Shraddha to Prema, and we cannot jump ahead prematurely. The process is outlined by Sri Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Adha Shraddha Tata Sadhu, Sango Tha Bhajana Kriya, Tato Anartha Nirvriti Syat Tato Nishtha Ruchi Tato Ashtasaki Tato Bhavo Bhavas Tata Prema Bhajanchati Sadha Kanam Ayum Prem Pradurbhave Bhavate Krama. In the beginning, there must be faith. Then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and execute the regulative principle under his order. Thus, one is freed from unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter, one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to regulative principles. Gradually, emotion intensify, and finally, there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. You are at the stage of bhajan kriya, practicing the rules and regulation of Krishna consciousness under the direction of your spiritual master. You are still a beginner. Your heart is full of impurities, such as the desire for wealth, the opposite sex, and fame. You cannot claim to be beyond these things. These desires are deeply rooted in your heart. As a result, you cannot fully realize the desires of liberated devotees. You think you can is called sahajya or cheap pretendence of pure devotion. You want to know who you are in spiritual sky, what your name is, and how to dress for the pleasure of Krishna. You ask what are spiritual services to the divine couple and what pastimes are taking place at Govardhan Hill and Radhakund. But such pure realization are bestowed only upon a devotee who has given up all selfish material desires and dedicated himself or herself to the menial service of the spiritual master for many lifetimes together. What services have you done for Guru and Gauranga that you can ask for such things? Srila Prabhupada once said, first deserve, then desire. You want the highest benediction in Krishna consciousness without having done hardly anything to deserve it. You are a beginner in Krishna consciousness and you should be asking your spiritual master, what can you do for him? Srila Prabhupada asked her spiritual master only one question: how can I serve you? This is the example you should follow. You cannot become a pure devotee of Krishna unless you have become a pure devotee of your spiritual master. Yasya prasada bhagavad prasado. First, you must establish and develop a proper relationship with your guru before developing a relationship with Krishna. Can you honestly say you have a close relationship with your spiritual master based on inquiry and service? If not, then how can you possibly have one with Krishna? In the 1930s, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati wrote in his newspaper, The Harmonist, a true disciple knows his Gurudev to be someone who is extremely dear to Krishna and who is the servitor Lord, Sevak Bhagavan. A sincere disciple has the same devotion for his Gurudev that he has for the Supreme Lord, and he worships and serves him the same way. Those who do not serve their Gurudev this way fall from their position as a disciple. No one can chant the holy name purely unless they see Gurudev as non different from Krishna, as Krishna's manifestation. I shall serve Sri Guru and Gauranga with simplicity and sincerity under the guidance of Gurudev. My Gurudev has the words of the Supreme Lord, and I will be obedient to that word as the proper way. I will not disrespect my Gurudev under the influence of anyone in this world. If I have to become proud, if I have to become a beast, if I have to go to hell by carrying out the order of Gurudev, who is sent by Krishna, then I want to sign a contract to go to hell for eternity. I will not listen to anyone, anything anybody says, other than the order of my Gurudev. By the power that has come to me from the lotus feet of Gurudev, I will throw out all other currents of consciousness of the world with the punch of my fist. A true disciple will have this kind of firm faith and determination. The actual fact is that you are simply a sentimental young girl. That's it in a nutshell. You are the last one to be getting into Radha Dasi Bhava. Srila Prabhupada warned us all that if we delve into these matters prematurely, we can fall down from Krishna consciousness. Why? Because if we try to enter into Krishna's conjugal pastime while we ourselves are tainted by sex desire, we will become overwhelmed by our own material desire. Srila Prabhupada wrote and spoke on Krishna's intimate pastimes, but he gave us these things in proper doses. The process he gave is perfect, and by following it, you will someday achieve perfection. In this regard, you need not read any other books than the books of His Divine Grace. Because you have become confused by reading other books, I request you to go back to the basics and read Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita at least 10 times. You need this because the fact is that you have not actually realized that you are not this body. If you had realized you are not this body, then you should never be disturbed by material desires, which all neophyte devotees are. What right does anyone who has not yet realized the basic teachings of spiritual master have to ask the most advanced understanding? Don't jump ahead. Follow the standards Srila Prabhupada gave us. Chant 16 rounds daily 16 quality rounds a day is more important than your chanting 32 rounds and asking for Radha Dasi Bhava. Ultimately, of course, I want that you awaken your love for Krishna. The spiritual master desire that all for his disciples. But you have to understand that such grace comes by serving the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya and not otherwise. If you're if you at all hope to get Krishna Prema, you must work very hard to assist Lord Chaitanya's mission according to your abilities. If you want to be dear to the Lord, listen to what endures a devotee to him. Ya idam paramam guyam mad bhaktesva abhi dasyati bhaktim my prem bhakti my prema kriteva mam ev vyastai asyam saha. For who one who explains this supreme secret to the devotee, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be ever be one more dear. In conclusion, be honest about your level of Krishna consciousness and act accordingly. Don't try to imitate great liberated devotees. Serve your spiritual master as a humble servant and engage in Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. Your ever well wisher, Indradimna Swami.
Wow, that was some reply. Devotees want to share. Is everyone turned by that response Gurudev gave?
Prabhu, when was this letter written? It says November 1st, but which year?
This is from Diary Volume 2, Mataji, so must be in 93, 94, like
Got
30
it.
years ago.
I mean, it's
I remember.
very interesting because, I mean, even though, I mean, you can see Gurudev's words being stern, and there is a lot of shift in his mood right now. So that's what I was wondering, like, when it was written, because, I mean, he would say the same reply had it been written by us, but I think it would be a lot softer. I think it's right now a bit stern, but obviously required for all the disciples.
Hmm, yeah, many important. This letter is kind of his response, is kind of instructions to all his disciples. Very important chapter in the sense that it reflects his mood. That don't jump ahead. Just first ask, "How can I serve you?" Then talk all these big things. Also, he knew about this. Maybe in Vrindavan, this culture or this poaching kind of happens in the sense that there are some babas who tell you that, oh, what are you doing in this chanting Hare Krishna? You are a peacock, and this has happened to some ISKCON disciple devotees also. You are a peacock in spiritual world. So then they start dressing up as peacock, and then they got deviated like that. So that is why he gave this strong response, because such things have happened in ISKCON in past. That devotees have come in the association of some Babajis and all, and at Radha Kund or in Vrindavan, and they get digressed from the actual path that Srila Prabhupada has paved for us. Also, that is one thing. Another thing is you need to understand the mood of the mission, where all the acharyas ask, "How can I serve? How can I serve?" And there you say, "Tell me this, tell me that, tell me this, tell me that." That's the wrong attitude. Generally, Shira Gurudev is very tolerant, but he knows at what time he has to give what kind of dosage also.
Yes, bro. This is actually very nicely written though.
So true, Prabhu. With this seva, I just remember one last time Gurudev has said about Ajab.
Mataji, your voice is not clear.
Am I audible now, Prabhu?
Speak a bit
Hare
more,
Krishna.
Mataji. Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Get better, Mataji. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Just now we have darshan of Srinath ji in Nathdwara. So there is a
Mm-hmm.
pastime of this how Srinath ji have come here in Nathdwara from Govardhan. It's one reason is Mirabai and another reason is Ajab Rajkumari, the princess. Uh, when she visited, Srinath ji in Govardhan, so she just get mesmerized and she has fallen in love with Srinath ji. So when she came back to her home, she falls sick. So her father said that you can go for some time there, but you can't stay in Giriraj. Again, so she was asking for service. What kind of a service should I do for you, Srinathji? And she was asking all the pandit. So the pandit says he has all male is doing a service here. You can stand there and you can sing, dance, anything service you want, you can do there in front of Srinathji. So as she is a princess, so she started playing chaussat with Srinathji. So it's depend on us how what kind of a service we are providing to our Lord with our full dedication, determination, keeping Lord center. So in this way, we can do a service. If we have a power of doing service, we can do it in any mode, any kind, anything.
Yeah, very nice point, ma'am.
So anyone else wants to say something? Okay. So we will stop here.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Continuing Giridhari Govind Prabhu's uh, uh, inputs, just the takeaway from this diary chapter, the best thing I took away from this is it is said that one cannot serve Krishna properly if he cannot uh, serve his spiritual master. So I can relate it to one of the incident mentioned in Prabhupada Leelamrit also, where the disciples of His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was giving lecture in Vrindavan near Radha Kund, and a few of his disciples came to him in evening. So he asked his disciples where were they. So they told him that they went to have darshan of deities of temples in Vrindavan. That time, the Lion Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, told them that all the deities are there where your spiritual master is. So here also it was mentioned that one can only reach Krishna only through his spiritual master, by the service of spiritual master only.
Yes. And even though you go to the DT without spiritual master, it's like going to Narendra Modi directly to meet Narendra Modi. He doesn't know us. If we have to go to Narendra Modi, then we have to go through some person who knows Narendra Modi. So, yeah, no point in approaching thinking that I don't need a guru, I will be directly, I will go. That doesn't, Krishna won't entertain us.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So we will, end here. Thank you so much. And even we are doing a service of reading of Sri Radha book, Srila Gurudev's book. That is also one kind of a service of hearing Srila Gurudev's Vani. So I would request everyone to please join. We are reading it Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. There is a three different time, 3 different days. So take some time out for a half an hour and please join it.
Actually,
Very
only 1 or 2 sessions are left because we are finishing the book. So, yeah, and try to join for the
yes.
remainder part.
Yeah, but it's like the last two chapter is very much important also. It's a 64-hour devotion, and how the Radhika has crowned as a Vrindavaneshwari. So please join it. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavane vaishnavebhyo namo namah.